We have made it. It is day 6 of our 6-day jig build blitz. Today, we get a little on the lighter side with a pattern I call Naturel. That's right. It is the last day, day 6 of our 6-jig build blitz week. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the content thus far. If by chance this is the first of this series that you're seeing, I encourage you to go back. There's actually 5 more jig builds that you can check out from earlier this week. Thus far, all of the builds have been keyed in to maybe darker water or slightly stained, but we don't really have any builds that are specifically designed for clearer water. A lot of the tones today are going to be on the lighter side, and the rabbit fur that we're using is actually called Naturel. So with that, let's get to building. All right, here we go with build 6. As it's been all week, there's a 1/2 ounce trocar pitching jig. The color on this one is Magic Craw Blue, another Pro Tech color. We'll be tying with olive 210 denier flat wax nylon today. This one, it was appropriate that this would be our last build of the series because if you've been with me throughout the week, you can kind of see a pattern to how these are put together. But today, I'm going to get a little bit more intricate, I guess. Split some stuff up, so you may be surprised. But first of all, we need this gorgeous natural color rabbit strip. That's just how that's the name of it. It's natural. It's got a white backing because it doesn't have any dye on it. But isn't that beautiful? Man, variegated, so nice. Still 3-inch magnum strips, just like all the others. Little extra meat on the bone. This is a 5/0 hook, just like the others as well. I finally got around to mentioning that on day 5. little behind, but get these locked in, just like before. All that strip covered up, and put on a couple wet finishes. Move this up for our first layer of silicone. It's going to be this green pumpkin, kind of a light watermelon, and a pearly blue tab. It's just gorgeous striped silicone. So that one's going to go down first. Measure it out. That looks good. Push that guy all the way around, just like we have been. Pinch and pull to lock it in. And now, where we have been just adding another tab, we're actually going to add 2 half tabs, and they are going to be broken up into quarters. So the first one is watermelon blue. This is kind of an iridescent blue as it moves in the light. So we're going to put that one right on the back, nice and light. Measure it up, and then really try to spread out those few strands. We're only talking 5 or 6 strands. I don't need it on the sides. I just want it on the back, and then I'm going to put it on the front as well. The iridescent blue in this picks up that iridescent blue in the pearly part of this stripe. Really nice. Now to the foil stuff. So this is pumpkin with green foil. It's going to give you just a little bit of contrast with everything else that's already going on in this build, but not so much that it's distracting, right? We just want a couple of strands, space them out. You're going to be peeking through everything else that's going on and just kind of give us some highlights and lowlights. I really try to take my time on this one and not let this color in particular, this strand, bunch up. The pattern works best if they can be spread out. That looks good. So that's the back. Now we're going to flip it over and we're going to do the exact same thing on the top. So I've got another quarter tab of both of those colors. So rinse and repeat, putting the watermelon blue down first. Okay, that looks good. Definitely need to pinch this because with those single strands, they will move on you. Pinch that, lock it down. A lot of little pieces here, easy to get trapped, so just take your time, be careful. If you do happen to trap some silicone at this level, right, in the build, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, don't try to do it, but it's not that big of a deal because we're going to be adding rubber on top. So green, round rubber as well. It wants to get trapped, so just be careful. Get it moving. And how about that? We end the week with me actually putting the rubber on there as it should be. Got it right at the right length. Now we are going to lock this in. That looks good. Some whip finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And of course, Loon water-based head cement. And time to cut the tabs. Easier to miss these though because there's so many smaller pieces. We've got 5 total tabs, or tab ends, to cut, so make sure you grab them all. And one last time. Breaking it up into thirds, pull and cut. Just looking through my strands here, making sure I didn't miss any. Whew. Clear water killer, let me just tell you. I'm sure it's applicable in other situations as well, but clear water presentation. This one's pretty dynamite. Gonna finish it up with a green FG30 weed guard, either epoxied in or glued in. There she is. Definitely the most involved build of the week with just a few of those strands to give that highlight. Love this natural rabbit color with this. With all the other builds this week, more on the darker side, those natural colors for bottom bouncing stuff, as well as really bold with bold gill. I just felt like I needed to round out this signature series of Hybrid Z's with something on the lighter side that would work really well in clear water, something that just had those lighter tones to it, and I absolutely love how Naturel came about. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. I hope you have enjoyed this entire week with me. I do appreciate you guys watching, and until the next time, I'll see you guys in the shop.